I've been out scouting fields across the territory the last couple weeks. I wanted to take a couple weeks from doing videos to get my head wrapped around what's going on, what the potential issues are, and just seeing overall what I've missed out over in the last couple weeks. So far in the corn, I'm very thrilled with what I'm seeing plant health wise. We are still are not seeing a significant amount of diseases around. They are starting to move in. I have been able to find tar spot consistently in a couple areas. It's not everywhere, but it is starting to show up. I have started seeing gray leaf spot seems to be the most prevalent in the majority of the territory itself. I have been able to start finding some ghosted plants. So I know last year we talked about what Fusarium crown rot, what it looks like in the field. I am starting to find in some of our more susceptible hybrids to crown rot, I can find ghosting. And really that just means the plant dies prematurely before it can really finish grain fill. The ears tend to droop. They're not upright anymore. They drop prematurely and the plant just dies. And that dies because of the crown, the part that's just inside the soil of the root system of the plant. They die prematurely and the plant can't bring up any nutrients and moisture from the ground itself. So it uses its stores and its stock to fill out the ear as much as possible, cannibalizes that stalk, and then at harvest, you could have some leaning stalks on you. Not a widespread issue currently, but it is something we fight every single year. And if we're already starting to see it, I feel like it's just going to keep being more prevalent throughout the season. So all I can do is encourage you guys to scout your fields before harvest, see which one has some ghosted plants, maybe it has some weak stalks, and try to get in there as early as possible, because the longer you wait, the bigger chance you have to get some wind, and then you have some down corn, and no one's happy when we have down corn. You, me, or anybody really. It makes put everybody in a bad mood quickly. So overall, I have been doing some yield checks. I'm not going to give an overall yield number. All I can say is the yield itself is going to be good. I mean, we're going to have pockets like every year that do really good. Unfortunately, in wet years, our lack of drainage in some fields is really going to show up, and those numbers are going to drag our top end down a little bit. It's by no means a disaster anywhere that I've been, but it's definitely going to be not the bumper crop that I know everybody really hopes for every single year. We've definitely taken the top end out of our yields, and it all depends on how much, depends on how good your drainage is, how much nitrogen you lost, and how good that plant got through some of the stress through this summer. Overall, I'm encouraged with what I've seen. To be honest, guys, it's looked better than I really expected after all the stress throughout the summer. Yeah, crown rot's moving in. Kind of expected that with all the cool wet we had early in the season and some of the stress during grain fill and pollination. Soybeans wise, they look really good. Drive by a lot of fields. They're still pretty dark green. Don't see a lot of diseases moving in. I do have fairly well confirmation of some red crown rot over in the eastern side in Woodford County. I do think some of the yellow we've seen in soybeans, some of it's getting attributed to SDS. I'm not 100% positive that it's SDS every single time anymore. So it's definitely something we need to scout. I mean, please reach out. Be glad to come walk and dig plants and talk through what's going on. But right now, I feel like it's more fertility, and there is a chance of red crown rot in soybeans as well. And I'll be sure to talk more about red crown rot in the future, our management options, and how we can get through that infection if you start seeing it in the fields. But it is really hard to scout from the road to see the difference between SDS and red crown rot. You really need to get out in the field, dig some plants, and see what the differences are. So I'm more than willing and happy to come do any of that with you guys. As always, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We'll be talking later. Have a great day. See ya.